Okay, so we have a minor problem. Check that everything's as it should be. I know that you've just heard. Right, you've only missed a little bit of gameplay. So, part 5 cut off a little bit. It's because of the fact that I pissed around with stuff. Like, I should know by now not to touch anything while I'm in the middle of things. So, you did just miss, like, the most ominously lovely scene. But, like, nothing I can do about it, is there? So, like, you literally only missed me playing the Song of Storms. Right. So, on to part 6. Here we go. Hi, Pamela. I think that's the name. And that is the most sinister thing in the universe. Do do do. So. Pamela. So last time we raged pretty hard at a Goron race. Fun. Do 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 do. Okay, so next we need I can't think for the life of me what we need to do now. Right. We've got like 2 hours in game until we need to be. Well, until we need to be where we need to be. So yeah. We only have one warp point left to unlock. Okay, so we could sod it. We can go pay a little visit to yeah, we can go pay a little visit to the observatory. That's what I wanted to do as Deku, but yeah, it doesn't seem to work. I think his hitboxes are a bit too small. Because there really is no need to know the code until you're human. Okay. Like, the aim is for this to be 100% playthrough. Whether that will come to pass or not, different story, but like, ideally that's what's going to happen. Right, here we go. Well, thanks, old man. That was really very nice. I can always count on you for help and friendly advice, but I've never seen a sword quite the shape inside. Oh god, that's not a sword. That's your dick in the skies. God. I've watched some deranged videos over the years on YouTube. It's kind of sad because ever since it became more corporate, the deranged videos have kind of reduced. And while I get why that is, making anything more corporate is always a bad thing. Always. Like, there's more soul to stuff with less money behind it, as a rule. Because there's less studio mandates and all that, but YouTube in particular felt the force of it because, well, I don't know, it's just not been good. You know, everyone's aware of the adpocalypse. Every adpocalypse. And it's just a bit shit that that is what YouTubers had to go through. You know. Well, I wait for this bastard to... Christ. Okay, so hurry up, pal. We also don't need spring water anymore for things, really, as a rule. Now that we have the Song of Storms, where middling, don't leave the cave. Where do you're going? That's like stuck in my head, and that's not good. They're not good. Not good. Not good. So 4, 9, 12, 16. 16 out of 24, there's only 8 masks to get, so that is, off the top of my head, All Night, which is on this cycle. Or it should be if I don't fuck this up. Couples, which will be last cycle most likely. Well, not last, but close to. Keaton. Circus Troupe, which we're getting second night. Giants, which we'll get when we do Ikana Stone Tower Temple, which honestly it just depends on how quick we can get through the Gibdo cave. Like, that is the problem we're going to run into, like, at the end of the day. 3 more masks I haven't thought about. Fierce Deity, which obviously we'll get when we get all the masks. So weird. I draw a blank when I'm trying to think of the two masks that I haven't carried. Like, I've miscounted this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I haven't. I can't think of what, like... I can't think of what the other masks are. Like, this is the thing with, like, the latter half of the game. I will admit, I don't know the masks off by heart. Like, I know what they all do. And I could even wager on where to get them. But... yeah, so... I really can't think of, like, any of this stuff, like... Right, so we have Gibdo. It's really bothering me now, like, that's why I'm a dumbass. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I've really harped on this. Like, I think we've done this for like 4 minutes now. Like, I don't know. I'm really bad at keeping track of time. Alright, I give up. I quit. Let's try. Right, so yeah, circus Romani's, which I am literally working on getting. Like, postman's hat, postman's hat, postman's hat, and his black and white cat. Yeah, so basically it's all the stuff that I can't do for ages yet. Like, that is the nature of the situation. Yeah, we need to hurry up a bit. There's absolutely no way I'm... Actually, no, I could easily make it to Zora Cape. Like... that shouldn't be too difficult. Oh shit. I'm a dumb fuck. I was supposed to do something to swamp and then I got distracted. Well, that settles the whole Zora Hall argument. go pick up a few magic beans while we're at it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have tried to film. I really wanted to carry on playing. Okay. I'm literally like spamming my right C button. I do love this little controller, like it's really good to play with. But there is a controller that I love more. And I can't see it. I was going to pull up my N64 controller, but it's not here. I have an N64 controller I could be using on this, but honestly, it's not worth the ball out to set it up. And then I'd have to resync it to my Switch when I'm done, because you can only use an N64 controller if you do it wirelessly. Like if you, for some reason, wired doesn't let it connect. Like it'll connect, but you won't be able to receive inputs from it. Which is why I use my Tribute 64 controller, which I got with a subscription to Retro Gamer for 6 months when I went to Insomnia last year. We could do Zora Hall. It's pretty simple. He's going back to his swamp. Alright, Shrek. We have got just about enough time to do this, I think. But, like, we do have to be quick. Is it okay? Here we go. I do know what you mean. Now here is your absolutely beautiful bit of legal shit. Don't need to see it all. Right, so Iconic Canyon. Here we go. Isn't it wonderful how quickly I take care of these things? Like, this is where we have so much fun. Here you are. ₹200. I could have sworn it was a heart piece. Oh well. Blimey. Why'd I have to go hungry? Like, ideally I wouldn't be hungry at all right now. I suppose I haven't really eaten, but oh well. Onwards and upwards. And I have custard creams. Not many, but I have some custard creams. Out of curiosity, what wisdom lies at the end of the world for me? Somewhere in this world, no it's not. No it's not. I think I might have been a mistranslation because, well, it wouldn't surprise me, put it that way. Fucking hell. Ugh. We may as well unravel time's progression. Unravel. Oh, she a day, oh, she a day, oh. I cannot butcher this song. Oh, I love Unravel. It's so good. But I mean, I shouldn't be butchering the song, like, at all. While we wait, let's see if any important news stories have come out. That is some kind of aircraft. Let's go stop Sakon. Yeah, I couldn't be asked to wait properly, so. Bye, Sakon. She looks so helpless. Like, you gotta feel bad for the old lady. Okay. So, the next thing we're gonna have to do is milk road. So. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else for us to do while we await for the hour and a half to pass, so we may as well go prepare ourselves now. Why do I have to be so tired today? That was not the right way to go about things, but oh well. Okay, so... By the way, the amount of rupees the grey gives you that flies around changes based on what, like, how fast you're moving is what it realistically passes on. Also, it has a speed cap. The fierce deity mask will break that speed cap and cause it to freeze in place for a bit, which is great if you're trying to catch up on things. Yeah, I know about Kamara, believe me. We still don't have the ice arrows, and yet we've already been to Akana. Not bad for little old me. And ironically, we don't really need the ice arrows. Like, they're a bit of a waste of time. Like, well, they're not a waste of time, but because we need them to complete the dungeon, but they're not particularly helpful. Ah, there we go. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. While we're playing about, waiting for 2:30 to come, I obtained a nice little collector's piece recently. The TV movie TARDIS console. And believe me, this is pretty much one of my crown jewels. Like, the crown jewels of my collection, until recently, effectively consisted of a sonic screwdriver. And naturally, you know, I had some pretty cool stuff that was rare now. Like, I had the 11 Doctors set, which is great. Ironically, my uncle still has a spare of that from when he bought me that. Like, that was quite interesting, that was, because he, yeah, he liked it. Like, no. Long story short, Amazon fucked up the order. So, my order came. Like, the order of it that ended up coming to me. But, yeah, he'd actually complained because it hadn't shown up. And then a few weeks later, he'd seen it in... Where? Like, he'd seen it in, like, a box outside his house. And it's like, oh well, I've got 2 now. Bear in mind that this fight, well, this segment does take the piss a bit. Blimey, that is a... Blimey. It is a reminder that I'm going to need to set up a pretty cool piece of media soon. It's time. They're here. Fucking aliens. But no, if we listen to Reeks, it's just stuff in the water. No, Canary Wharf was just drugs. Hallucinogenic drugs. Reese, I appreciate that you're skeptical, but come on, bro. have a bit of common sense, mate. Like, and I'm doing it again. I'm making random references to, as usual, Doctor Who. It's actually brain rot levels of stupid now. Like, I think I'm taking the piss a little bit with just how engaged in the show I am. Like, yeah, you could argue that, like, oh, as long as it makes you happy. Yeah, but you know what doesn't make me happy about it? I'm spending a lot of money on audio dramas at the minute. And while I appreciate that, like, I'm doing a good thing by keeping them running, because they, you know, that'll then contribute to the idea of there being interest in a series that I particularly like. I really need to stop spending money on the audio dramas for a bit, because, like, there's too many of the fuckers. And I've just gone on a fucking rant again, like, what the fuck is wrong with me? No. Come on, you bastard. I'm gonna fucking have them. Right, here we go. Four AM, this nightmare's nearly over. See how far some of them get, like... Here we go. Almost there. I love when the map indicates where enemies are. It's a small thing that a lot of games in this series doesn't do. But when it does matter where the enemy is, such as when you're fighting a wizrobe, or okay. We're 35 minutes in, like, blimey. I like that this was based on, like, old style conspiracy theories and shit. Like, I like the influences that Majora took. Let's do this. Finally. Okay. And that leaves Romani Ranch defended. It is defended. Do, 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 do. Seven notes. Okay. 5 more to go. 4 of which are in Gerudo Fortress. Pirate Fortress, whatever. Drink this. But first, we have business in Snowhead. Blimey. There are 2 more to come, bottle-wise, and I can't think of either of them right now. I think one of them may come from the mayor. Well, the mayor's wife. It's okay, we'll find them no matter what happens. Ideally without cheating. Come on. Come on. Come on. Do 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 do. Has anything vital happened? Imagine having a war on whether or not, like, I think his name's Isaac from Dead Space. Master Chief, I think, or like Doomslayer or Samus would win in a fight. Like, imagine people having that actual discussion, because, like, honestly, it's the lamest discussion I've ever heard. Right. We'll have the Gilded Sword before you know it. Right. I have no choice. Like, oh, Zelda Wiki. Yep. Okay, so I wanted to work on, like, I wanted to double check the way to handle the thing in Pinnacle Rock. So, because I fucked up, and I will admit that was a massive L on my part, like, I screwed up there. I really did. I think that when you killed the things, it should have gotten rid of the mist, but like, oh well. That was not what I meant when I said that. Okay. Go on forward. Head to the left until another sign comes into sight. One up. That was not what I was saying. Okay, yeah, I see. No. I'm being a dumb fuck. Okay. This time I really have got it. Like... Okay, that's fine. One up. One right. I do dislike this part of the game, like, immensely. I am serious about that, like... That shouldn't have had to happen. Right. The fun part is we only have to do, we only have to go into the Pirate Fortress once. Like, because we have enough bottles to kind of deal with everything. I should have waited until later to have done this. Like I should have done all this just now, but oh well. I needed something to do earlier, so I won't hold it against myself. Okay, we're gonna need to go and visit Pierre. I think. Wait, let me check. Like, I'm not 100% sure if we need Pierre for this. I'm rather hoping not, because if I'm being honest, that'd be rather inconvenient for me. Like, especially as I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, we're one heart piece away, so it may as well just give it to me. Yeah, no, we need Pierre. That's annoying. Okay. Bitch thought he could digest me. Like, come on. I'm not an amateur. I mean, I am hardly paying attention to what's going on, but like, that's mostly the fact that I'm absent-minded as fuck. Okay, so in we go. Do 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 do. Game just doesn't really think that you're gonna leave Pinnacle Rock without like having done everything there, which is really silly given that like there's no guarantee that people will have all 4 of these bottles. Let me just check that I am right about the number of bottles, like. Yeah, I thought so. Ah, yes. I did kind of cheat, but I'd have done the stuff anyway, but like, you know. I will be completely honest, I'd completely forgotten about some of this stuff. Like, I was gonna go there in a bit anyway, but like, I'd forgotten about the cemetery side of things. Hello, lift. Do 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 do. The music in this game is so fucking good, like unbelievable how incredible it is. Seems easy to do it this way. By the way, there are 2 sets of rupees on that pirate crest on the wall. I'm really hoping it won't make me rewatch that cutscene. Like, we all have better things to do than that. God, such a waste of time. God. I can't believe they make me rewatch this. It's so pointless. Like, sorry, I know I'm getting rather distracted. It's just because I'm, like I say, it's all because I'm tired. But yeah, I will say this is where you start to notice the limitations of the N64 controller. Because ideally I wouldn't have to deal with some of this shit. Like, ideally I would have the Zora mask and the other transformation masks and the ocarina mapped to the D-pad, as is the case in the randomizer. Right. But like I say, this was significantly more irritating in the GameCube release because there's a little delay when you pause on the GameCube. Whereas on the N64 and on a real proper emulator, note that what the GameCube had while an emulator could not be defined as a proper emulator, as Nintendo have always been notoriously shit at making emulators. Like, as a rule, they have been dreadful for it. What gets me is that they had Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask emulated, and yet they didn't sell them properly. They sold them as part of a limited edition collector's edition bundle, and then they sold Ocarina of Time and Master Quest again as a limited edition. Obviously everyone and his mother has that now, but like, it's not really the point, is it? Like, you know, the world of haves and have-nots. This way. Honestly, like, I'm sometimes hard pressed to think of the idea that, like, I reckon you were supposed to come in with, like, it's hard to say how intentional, like, coming in with a stone mask is, like, as a rule. Because obviously you're able to, but you're also able to not. Like, you could very easily let the stone mask pass you by until you're in the canyon. At which point you kind of need to start figuring things out. And to be fair, when you go to the canyon, like, I believe Tattle tells you that she can hear someone kind of whimpering or something. I could be talking out my arse there. It's been a long time since I've actually had to have Tattle tell me that. Although, in fairness, like, by no fault of my own, I don't always have the lens of truth. By the time that I go there, I'm not just talking about sequence breaking, I'm talking about a randomizer. Where, well, the likelihood of me having that at that exact moment is not... It's not low, but it's not the highest. Like, you know. I love how I'm just sat here talking rubbish while I play. Like, not even I'm fully sure what my point is sometimes, and it's kind of embarrassing. Okay. Wonderful. I love how... Yeah, I love how Gerudo is seen as, like, really fucking seductive and stuff as well. Like, I dread to think how she sounded when she said, "I'm going to love doing this to you." Because I guarantee that if anyone paid attention in that sort of thing, there'd be a Rule 34 on it by now. Like, there's way too much Rule 34 on Gerudo. Like, it's kind of embarrassing. Guys, keep it in your pants a bit. Like, I have all sorts of, like, fictional crushes. You don't see me whinging about them all the time, and, well, even if I wanted to, I couldn't paint them in lewd positions, but, like, come on. And we've officially gone too far as, like, things go. Alright. There's only one more egg to go and get, and as it happens, its location is relatively simple. And it is only 10 o'clock on the second day, so it should be pretty simple. I thought for a moment I was missing something, but I'm not. Okay. ₹100 for our trouble, because, well, Gerudo just love to keep things lying around. Okay, let's hope I have enough magic to handle this, because I'm not entirely sure I do. Okay. Actually, it kind of does end here. Like, the amount of things you can actually do about my victory are limited to fuck and It's weird that there's no magic in any of these pots. This is going to be a nuisance because we don't have a lot of... Okay, less of a nuisance than planned. Let's go. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that radiator actually being on for once. Thing is, I've got things I need to take care of tonight. Like, Why have I gone this way? I'm being a dumb fuck. I mean, we could have done the thingy as well by now, but eh. Okay, yeah, I did. I worried for a moment that I hadn't dropped it off, but I did. Because I'm not a complete idiot. Just mostly. Blimey. Gonna do this as a Zora. It doesn't sound right if you're not a Zora. And they've hatched. We ain't doing too badly. Okay. One of my favourite songs in the game. Fantastic. Do do do. Do. Let's go take a visit to Zora Hall. Oh God. Lulu will be fine. Lulu will be fine. Right, Zora Hall. Off we go. A couple of things we need to take care of before we enter the fray. Okay. Oh, just a small matter of being dead. Wonderful. Okay, you're not helpful. Yeah, I could do with having a chat to Japas. Okay. Oh, I remember. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up my notes app for this, because I do vaguely remember the notes. Like, I might be honest, usually I cheat. Right, so A V. Right. Hang on. Okay. Then we need to go and take a little visit to Evan. Basically, you're supposed to catch Mikhail's part of the song from diaries and stuff, but I really don't have the effort for that. I think I should go in and, well, let him steal the song from me. I wrote that wrong. For the record, for future reference, that can stay in there. Okay. Fascinating. Check. Things are going. Okay. Right, so that's a great fairy sword, which we won't have anytime soon. Right. There's one thing I need to go and check. I think it's just evening, but like... I don't really like quitting midway through a temple. So, half of me is tempted to just kind of go from, well, basically taking it easy. I'll just double check. Huh. Okay. Yeah, no. I got the trivia slightly mixed up. I was just curious. Huh. So 6 o'clock. Wonderful. That gives us about 6 hours to complete as much of the Great Bay Temple as we can. Right. I don't think there's anything else I can do in the overworld right now. Like, I could do the treasure chest mini game, but again, I don't want to. Like, I'll do that when I get to it. As I can't even remember which transformation mask, actually helps. Okay. Hey, you're able to sing again. Love you, Lulu. Love a good Zora. Honestly, they're brilliant. Huh. Okay. Blimey. There we go. Right. This dungeon is a bit notorious. I'll be honest. Like, people aren't too fond of this dungeon. Like, in the community, it sounds like. A lot of people think it's the worst dungeon in the series, but it's the best water temple by far. Like, I am on record as saying that the water temple in Ocarina of Time is not bad in the slightest. In fact, it's really good. But I don't think... But yeah, I reckon the Great Bay Temple is the best water temple in the series. Like, none of them are bad. Even Lake Bed, which is a little bit... yeah. It's fine. Right. Let's get down to business. There we are. That'll get us started with what we need. For the time being, keep it simple. Okay. Just the one. Let me see if I can get some magic out of these barrels. Incredibly unhelpful game. We're still ahead, we're just not as ahead as we were before. Like, it's cool. Like, the ability to sequence break the game is relatively, like, limited. Like, there isn't a lot to sequence break, but it's still not as linear as people seem to think. Like, people see a storyline that exists in like a fixed order, and they think, oh, linear game, and that's just not in the slightest bit true. Like, I appreciate we're in an age where people have no attention span. Like, I appreciate that the TikTok generation just can't focus on something for more than 5 seconds. And I'm slacking off young people again. Like, I'm young. Like, I actually am. Like, I really shouldn't be sat here being all boomerish. Like, but I don't know. People have no attention span these days, and I think that's part of the thing against linear games that people are causing a fuss about. Like, I will be honest. Like, I don't think it's coming from a good place. I missed it. I missed a platform. Like, I'm not saying TikTok's to blame for people disliking linear games. That's not what I'm saying at all. I just think it's indicative of a wider problem. Like, linear games by and large are better than open world games. Like, that's just what I think. Like, okay, that's fine. Okay. I was gonna try and save myself some time, but there's no need to. Like, I'd likely be here longer trying to aim. Oh. There we are. That could have gone wrong. I mean, technically it did go wrong. What I am going to do though is I'm going to aim an arrow down there so that I don't have to try and centre this. In. Get in my belly. I can just see it now. People will think I was just being a grump about open world games and being all like, TikTok ruined my gaming. Which, yeah, it did, but like, that's not really. That's about the lack of good video essays. Like, Zelda has some pretty good video essays, but like, I find that people are less willing to engage with media in the way that I like to, which is quite funny because I used to call people out for this shit, but like, you'd be surprised what a few boring nights can do to a person. Like, we need ice arrows to get through there, so we better get moving. We were supposed to already have Chateau Romani by now, but like, when do I ever get what I want? Oh, thank God that you went down and I... stayed up. I was gonna say, don't be getting in my way. I was gonna say, what the fuck are you playing at? Okay. 7th already. Like, stray fairies are not that difficult. Like, and there are far more enjoyable side quests than Golden Skulltulas were. Like, don't get me wrong, like, Skulltulas are fine. Like, nothing special, but like, Christ. They take the piss at times. Okay, I went the wrong way. There we are. It's 3 o'clock. This is where it gets quite interesting, I'm afraid. First of all, okay. Compass. You have to... Okay, I had thought that the mini-boss was in here, but like... that's just me being a little bit dense. Come on, there's a key there. Don't be a dumb fuck. Okay, so... Ice monkey. Okay. So, right, I have remembered what the other mini boss was in Great Bay Temple. It was also Gecko, which reminds me we need to do fucking Gecko. Okay, so I assume that there's a way and a means of handling this. Oh god. Ice arrows are on the way. I reckon Goron Link's the right fit for this task. Like, this is going to be harder without a sword, I'm not going to lie. Like, okay, so that isn't working. Needlessly difficult, but okay. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this fight is just like really annoying. We need to hurry up. We're running out of time. No, open your eye back up. Blimey. Stay away from me! No, 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 no. Okay, we're gonna do the right thing and go back to the entrance. As I don't have time for this. Like, I don't. I'm out of time. Doing this without a sword is the most insufferable thing going, by the way. Like, people don't appreciate just how difficult, like, Zelda can get without a sword. We'll have infinite magic soon as well. Not gonna lie, we just need to kind of get out of here for now, like, because of the fact that warp songs walk you back to the entrance of a temple. It can be quite annoying to get back, like this temple in particular. It can be quite annoying to hit timings if you're trying to get out quickly, because obviously I'm flickering between like 3 different things. We also need to go to the cemetery, which is fun. I'm okay with it being a bit scuffed for the time being, like my health. I'll go and get it filled up immediately after this. Like, a part of me is contemplating not going back to the Great Bay Temple until I've done this next couple of things. Right, Cremia will be over there in a moment. Cremia in. I don't know why I think I'm funny. I'm not. Okay. The way Twitter likes to shit talk young Sheldon is quite interesting. Like, yes, I'm aware that the internet doesn't like Big Bang Theory, which in and of itself is relatively terminally online to say, because, like, you know, it's fine. Like, it's a little bit of an insult to nerd culture. Like, I won't lie, oversimplifies things a little bit too much, and in its later seasons it takes the piss a little bit with certain things it does. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but like, it's very silly how people expect, like, basically there's weird derision of mainstream stuff, like mainstream popularity and all that. Like, I get this a lot as a Doctor Who fan, to be honest. Like, yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare. You know, I'm on track to be done with this pretty quickly. The Gorman brothers. But yeah, the thing is, like, as a Doctor Who fan, we've had discussions in the fandom about when and if the show goes back to being mainstream, like, stuff, and not just cult. Like, would it be worth the sacrifices we'd probably make a little bit? Like, to me the answer is always going to be yes. Like, mainstream popularity is far more important than most other things. Like, quality is obviously important, but like, mainstream popularity equals money. And like, it annoys me that Breath of the Wild sold out to the open world nonsense. But yeah, you can't deny that that had a good impact on sales. Well, it didn't. It actually had fuck all to do with sales. But like, it's relatively controversial for me to say that. You know, I'm of the belief that basically Breath of the Wild wouldn't have been nearly as successful if it had only... Okay, no, that's a cold take. I'm of the belief that Breath of the Wild wouldn't have succeeded at all. Like, critically, like... Hang on, wait. Okay. Yeah, I'm of the belief that Breath of the Wild would have been critically panned if it hadn't come out on the Switch, and had instead stayed on just the Wii U as planned. Is that potentially nonsense? Yeah, possibly. I can't say for sure if that's true, but like, the game's popularity is more indicative of the Switch's enormous success than it is the game itself being good. Like, I hate to be that person that's all like, recency bias, nostalgia, and to be fair, I don't believe in nostalgia bias. I think it's stupid that people think that, like, because it's no different to any other bias, which is what people don't realise when they're always going on about how, like, yeah, we have to be unbiased when evaluating media. No, you don't. You can't be unbiased when evaluating media. Like, first of all, even if by some weird, I want to say miracle, but like, I don't mean miracle because it's not a good thing. Even if by some crazy turn of events you could be, like, unbiased, what's the point, like, in being unbiased? Like, it does you no good. Like, yeah, maybe your tastes would align with more people's in that case. But ultimately, the idea of art is to feel stuff, and the whole idea of critically consuming media in an unbiased manner, it's so pointless. And like, it's mostly just an excuse for people to tell you that their opinion's right and yours is wrong when people say that. I believe that some people believe that they are actually unbiased, but for example, the YouTubers that go around claiming that they're unbiased they're full of shit, and they are lying to you. Like, they're not just wrong, they're lying to you, like, as a rule. Like, maybe a couple of them are a bit more honest about it, but like, you can't evaluate media, like, through a critical lens in an unbiased manner. You can, a critical lens just means evaluating, like, themes and shit, really. Like, critical doesn't have to mean cynical. is what I'm trying to get at. Like, we were taught media criticism in English. Like, we were taught how to look at media, like literature, for a critical lens. Like, for the record, full disclosure, my English class was basically a film studies class. Like, because our English teacher was a film studies teacher, and to say she let one leak into the other, which she should, it's a good way to teach English. Like, I know that most of my class didn't like her, but like, she was a good English teacher, and she taught me everything I know. Like, I don't use it because it's not like it matters. But, you know, I don't watch films to criticise them. I don't ever watch something for the sake of, short of bargain being crap, I very, very rarely watch things because someone said it's bad. If I think it's bad, I won't watch it, is my general rule. It's why I don't watch these cynic YouTuber types, like, because I think they're all very, very bad at their jobs. Like, not me bad, but like, bad. You know, that. It's like, if I ever were to get bored of the MCU, I wouldn't keep watching it. I'd just stop. Because, despite people claiming, it's his job to review it, no, it's not. Whoops. It's not anyone's job on YouTube to specifically review MCU movies, aside from, arguably, those who built up their entire background on MCU stuff. Like, I loathe that I'm having to bring him up, but Star Wars Theory probably couldn't just jump to Star Trek one day because he hates Star Wars, because he does hate Star Wars. Like, he does. And this is why I've always made my brand on it. Like, I call it a brand. It is a brand, but like, it's not. Like, it's not built up enough to be a brand yet. But like, I build up my brand on like multiple franchises, and I don't just stick to any one genre. Like, I talk about what I want to talk about. It doesn't go well in ratings, but like, you know, my first actual video on this fucking channel was me reviewing a random Canadian TV show from the 2000s to 2010s. Like, I do just talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about on YouTube. But then again, it's never going to be my job. I will never make YouTube my job. Like, I might make YouTube linked to my job. Like, because Infinity Games is a game development company in a way. Like, it's supposed to be. It's currently it's currently a long way from becoming that. But the end goal was always to start making videos on game development stuff. There was actually a devlog on this channel back in 2019. But I took it down after my GCSEs were done, because, well, it was only for my GCSEs. It was me showing how I developed a clone of the Scary Maze game. It's a long story, but one day I will re-release Escape Infection. Like, I will. Because despite the fact that the art in it is shit, I was relatively proud of myself for that game. Like, given I made it in fucking Click Team Fusion, I think I can be proud. Like, if I'd have just stolen some assets, then it would have looked the part as well, but it didn't. I made my own assets because, well, I'm not that person. I'm just not. And to be fair, when I say steal, I just mean use. Like, You can get free assets anywhere. Like, if you know where to look, you're good. Okay, so we have Chateau Romani. Weird. Why is he not letting me? Okay, there we go. Okay. This is quite interesting with random sound effects. We're nearing the 2-hour mark. Blimey. Of course I can. Okay. Rear left. It's wild that this is called the Ballad of the Windfish and it sounds nothing like it. Like, I do kind of wish that I'd been able to, like, tie it in closer with Link's Awakening. There we go, and we've got all 4 of them together. Blimey, that is brilliant. Yeah, we're working on it. And that leaves us with 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 masks to get. So, that's Keaton Couples, Postman All Night, Giants, and Fierce Deity. Yeah, oh god. I just remembered that I've got to go to the graveyard as well. Which is fine. Oh god. Sometimes I just wonder. Re-entering the Great Bay Temple will be where we finish off this specific episode. But as always, tune in next week to see what happens next. Oh, I'm still doing that. Wait. Okay. But yeah, so you'll have noticed that these are weekly releases. These have been scheduled since, like, end of February. I don't think I'm going to get through all of the Zelda games before, I'd have to be doing, like, a Zelda game a day, like, and I just can't juggle, like, all the Zelda games. I can't be fucked, to be honest. Like, so what I'm doing is I'm gonna do... I haven't quite decided exactly how it's gonna work yet, but like... I'm gonna play Majora and Breath of the Wild, and if I want to play another Zelda game when Majora's done, to fill in, I can't guarantee that that'll be the whole playthrough, because, well, if you think about it, like, it's end of February for me. For you guys, because we're on to, like, part 5 here, like, no, this is part 6, actually, you know, part 6 won't come out until April, and that leaves only a month until, like, that does only leave a month until Tears of the Kingdom, which I will be doing a video on, I think, but I won't be doing a full playthrough. Like, I'll be doing a full playthrough on my own, and the funny thing is, like, back in 2017, I was filming footage for a review of Breath of the Wild, like, on my original capture card. Okay. Wonderful. But yeah, blimey. I think this is just a heart piece, but every little helps. It's probably a good idea to handle stuff like the Poe, because, well, to put it simply, we do need to go and do the Gibdo maze once this is done. Like, so perhaps that'll be a good idea. Like, originally I wasn't so sure, but like, I can't see it taking an eternity. Like, 3 pieces down. Once I have my sword, I can go and get a 4th as well. But oh well, I don't need the sword. Not right now. So okay. Right, I need to work out whereabouts I was. To be fair, it's not too difficult to get back to where I was in Great Bay. Hang on. Because of the weird nature of the fight that I was doing, like, there we go. So yeah, right. Anyway, this is going to be a good place to leave this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe and all of that. And I will see you in a few minutes. You will see me next week. Bye.